It is happening, everybody. A $1,400 stimulus check is finally being debated on in Congress by lawmakers. So this means we should expect to receive more stimulus payments definitely by this February. So more stimulus relief provisions are being negotiated on and are going to be included in President Biden's Build Back Better bill. This is great news for everyone, and remember folks, the whole goal of this channel is to provide you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information. I always want to do my very best in providing you with this information, everybody, because I know it's really difficult out there. And I know that many of you guys are in need of a stimulus check, so I'm not going to waste any more time. If you are on SSA, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or a VA beneficiary, then continue watching this video. Chuck Schumer has already set next Monday, everybody, as a deadline to pass this voting legislation and consider revisiting the rules around the chamber's filibuster blocking device. Biden plans to explain how the next few days, everybody, when these bills come to a vote, how it will make a turning point for the nation. Biden in the past, everybody, has made more cautiously into the debate of a stimulus payment, and a filibuster is now a procedural rule in the Senate that allows any senator to block or delay action on a bill. So while a final vote in the Senate requires a simple majority of 51 votes, a supermajority of 60 votes is needed to start debate on legislation so it can proceed to a final vote. So even if it has a party slim majority, it still needs a supermajority to even move forward with this legislation. In other words, everybody, we need all members in Congress to support this fourth stimulus check in order for us to receive it. Now let's go over this. As the crisis continues into 2022, many of you guys are still waiting for another stimulus payment. Stimulus checks helped a lot of people, especially during the peak of the crisis. And the first stimulus package included $1,200 in direct payments, and the next one sent around $600 to Americans. The latest stimulus payments, as part of the American Rescue Plan, sent around $1,400 checks to Americans. So there are multiple reasons why another round of checks are likely to be included in President Biden's plan. Currently, the unemployment claims are at a 52-year low, and there is strong economic demand among consumers, everybody, and while cases continue to surge, it seems the country only demands more stimulus payments at this moment. Just months ago, folks, let's remember this. President Biden had an approval rating of 56%, and now his approval rating has plunged to 43%. That's not so good news. His approval rating was higher at the beginning of the year after he signed the third stimulus check into law. So, if his polls continue to tank, this could force Biden to pushing out for another stimulus check. After all, stimulus checks are very popular among almost every single American. Who doesn't want a stimulus check, everybody? And who doesn't need a stimulus check? Some lawmakers have picked up on the idea of recurring payments. 21 senators, including all Democrats, signed a letter to President Biden. They all demanded recurring stimulus checks. Representative Omar, along with other progressive Democratic lawmakers, have also proposed a bill that would send out regular stimulus checks through normal payments of monthly checks of $1,200 and $600 for children. In their words, they said for too long, we have prioritized endless growth while millions of people are homeless, hungry, or without health care. The crisis has laid bare these inequalities, and we as a nation have the ability to make sure everyone has their basic needs all met. So I do believe that President Biden could actually take more steps forward into sending another stimulus check, but it's all up to him right now.
There's a lot of talk about disappointments and things we haven't gotten done. We're going to get a lot of them done, I might add. But this is something we did get done, and it's of enormous consequence to the country. One of the reasons I put Mitch Landrieu in charge of implementing the infrastructure bill is because he gets it. He's a former mayor who knows that the real measure of success is not, did we score some partisan points? It's, did we fix the problem? Did we fix the problem? This is all about fixing the problem. I ran for president to unite the country. This bipartisan infrastructure law I signed 2 months ago unites us around things we all depend on. Whether you're in rural Kentucky or downtown Philadelphia, you should be able to turn on a faucet and drink clean water. Students should be able to get the internet if they need it to do their homework at home instead of having to drive to a fast food parking lot. People need good jobs. Mitch just told me about the man he met in Jackson, Mississippi, who told him, quote, I don't mind working 3 jobs. I just don't want one paycheck across all 3 jobs. You know, we've heard it said, talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. When we invest in infrastructure, we're really investing in opportunity. These are investments that will build a better America. Sounds like hyperbole, but it's real. So today I want to talk about the progress we made in 2 months since I signed the bill into law, and to make a big announcement as well. Here's some of what we've done so far. The Department of Transportation has released nearly $53 billion to states to modernize highways. So you have to leave 30 minutes earlier to get to work just because of a traffic jam. That's going to be fixed. We've announced more than $240 million in grants to improve ports in 19 states to speed up and strengthen our supply chains, lower cost, and get you the things you need more quickly. We've announced $3 billion for over 3,000 airports around the country to make them more modern, safe, and sustainable. And we're kicking off the largest investment in affordable, reliable, high-speed internet in our nation's history, $65 billion to get to every corner of our country connected, urban, rural, and suburban. Our infrastructure work also protects health, cleans up the environment, and helps us fight climate change. Across this country, people have been struck, and they've been struck by all the changes that are needed. They're stuck, they're angry, they're sickened by the broken water and sewer systems, polluted water from the faucets, raw sewage in their backyards. I want you to know, I see you, I hear you, we understand. And I've seen and we've understand the damage done in places like Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. So we've already announced over $7 billion in clean water funding to states so they can fix and upgrade their aging water systems and sewer systems. It's going to take some time, but the money's there and they're getting the money. Our children deserve no less. We've also released an action plan to replace all of our nation's lead pipes in the next decade. This is the United States of America, for God's sake. Everyone in this country should be able to turn on the faucet and drink clean water. And it's time to get back to the business of cleaning up the hazardous waste sites that poison our land and water and have stricken entire communities, and getting back to holding polluters accountable to keep that pollution from happening in the first place. The Environmental Protection Agency has announced $1 billion to clean up 49 Superfund sites in 24 states. We're talking about cleaning up rivers in Ohio, chemical plants and sites in Florida, polluted lakes in Michigan, and many more. This is long overdue, and we have to stick with it. The Department of Interior is launching a program to cap and plug orphaned oil and gas wells that are spewing methane into the air and are dangerous. Many of these wells are in southwestern Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio, but there are hundreds of thousands of them all across the nation. Capping them is going to create quality jobs. Just as it took to dig the well, union jobs,